And hi, Kevin. How are you today? Another Kevin here. And I believe John is going to be joining us as well. And we're going to be talking about the Aerosciences Museum at Empire State. Tell me a little bit about the opening, because now you're doing the fly-in breakfast and you're doing the classes. So what's going on?
Well, we have quite a bit going on here. We did reopen about, I think it was around May 1st, or around there.
Yeah.
The big program there, thing to see is something that John orchestrated. That was acquisition of the
Concorde.
The biggest model airplane is spectacular.
Did you get that, John?
Yes, I did.
How did you manage that? Came out of Times Square, didn't it, or somewhere down there?
Well, there's quite a story behind it. If you
Well, tell us the story.
Well, sometime in late November of 2017, I had a phone call from American Air Power Museum in Farmingdale, and we got to discussing about acquisition of an airplane that we have, and finally, before he hung up, he says, "Hey, incidentally, have you heard about the Concorde that the Cradle is giving away?"
They're giving away?
Yeah. Well, let me go through the whole story.
I mean, I can see giving away a spoon or something, but a Concorde? I mean, this is a replica and
Let me
it's
give you a little
smaller.
background on it. The airplane was commissioned by British Airways, or BOAC at the time, and it was built by an American company called L&L Tool outside of Dallas, Fort Worth area. And it took them about 6 months to make. It's a composite airplane. It's actually 1/2 scale. Weighs 28 tons.
28 tons for
Yeah,
that.
it's 101 feet long.
And it's out in front of the hangar
Oh,
there,
yeah.
so yeah,
It's
you
up
can
on-
see it.
It's exactly as it was on top of the building in Times Square. It's 15 degrees nose high and 23-degree tilt. And we had to do it that way because of the attach points on the airplane. But anyway, as I say, we got the phone call in November of 2017. And of course, I brought home that information and some photographs of it to the board, and I didn't make a commitment at that time.
Now, they were giving this away, is that right? They were giving it away, except you had to transport it.
Well, here's the deal. The airplane was taken down after the Concorde was discontinued its flight from London.
The last flight,
Yeah,
yeah.
the last flight. And which incidentally was a world record.
I-
2 hours and 53 minutes. from
We can
London to-
imagine that.
At any rate, it was taken down and it was put on Bonham's Auction House of London for about 1.2 mil. And of course, who wants to have a 1/2 scale model airplane in their backyard for $1.2 million? So
Well, only somebody that
there was
didn't.
no takes on that.
I didn't think so.
So they more or less put it in storage at the Cradle of Aviation, and they were going to put it up as we did, until the county of Nassau came in and said, "Hey, where are you going to put it?" And they said, "Well, we're going to put it over here." "Well, you can't put it there. There's a sewer line there." "Well,
Oh,
no,
there you go.
And for what
No
was
building
worth,
permit for this one.
They said it didn't have any application to the history of aviation in Long Island. So they made several phone calls, and we're about the third one to say, yes, we'll accept it. And the other two bailed out.
And you have a perfect place for it.
Yes, exactly. And we brought it home in 5 easy truckloads for a considerable amount of money. But anyway.
Do you do it by truck or train?
Oh, no, by truck. It had to
Okay.
be- We took it apart in 5, it took us, they gave us 6 months to take it apart, and it actually took us 8 months. It was quite extensive. We didn't realize what we were getting into. But anyway, we got all the pieces back.
But you didn't have to pay $1 million for it, so that's a good thing.
The price was right,
Yeah,
but the hidden prices were a little
yeah,
more than we
yeah,
expected.
yeah, I imagine.
So at any rate, we got the thing assembled, and I'd like to mention some of the folks that helped us out, especially our town supervisor, Chris Ketzel. He's
Yeah.
the one who accepted it. And also Schenectady County Airport Commissioner Mike Shadwald, who helped. And Schenectady Steel, BBL Industries. We also had D.A. Collins, who erected it. They actually physically put it up. And electrician, Carey Electrical Company. And who else do we have? We had a number of people came forward, so.
Well, it was a
Maybe
community
it's
effort. It was a community effort.
Exactly.
And it's a real cool, I think, to when you drive by, and I've driven up Route 50, it's like, whoa.
The only other one is a 40% one. It's at Brooklands racetrack outside of Surrey, I think, England. That's a 40%.
In the UK?
In the UK.
Okay, okay, right,
But
okay.
there's ours and that one. Those are the only two available.
Wow, isn't that something? Well, so how do you feel about that, Kevin?
It's spectacular.
I mean, you haven't said a word, but you were awestruck as he was telling the story, right?
Obviously, it's the biggest model airplane in the world, but when
Yes.
you go by it, it's just I can't say it other than just spectacular.
It looks
like a
really,
airplane.
it looks really nice.
Yeah.
It's on Guinness
So it's-
World Book of Records.
It's like our gateway to our museum now. We'll be doing some other site improvements around it, so it'll really be an eye catcher.
And you're doing classes now for kids.
Yes, we did in the summer after we reopened. We wanted to extend our education programs. You know, too many schools aren't
Right.
sending too many tours.
Yeah, well, and you know, yeah, exactly. There's no field trips.
So I was conducting Saturday classes at the museum. Most of them were outside. You can find them about 12 kids each on a variety of topics. History, the physics of flight, planes in the airport.
So are they geared for the age group that you're dealing with, or?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, and then in building on that, in August, from August 24th to 27th, we're having
That's
our-
coming up,
Yes, we're having our STEM week. It'll
and
be
that's a
4
wonderful,
day.
yeah.
It will be. We'll have, again, a variety of
Do you get
topics.
some girls in there, I hope?
We do, yes. Yes, as a matter of fact, we do, yeah. Matter of fact,
Get
yes.
those women out there.
Yeah.
We'll be taking off and going to Mars, who knows?
And besides the fee for the program, but we're also committed to being a community resource. So we do have some scholarships available for, I think,
Oh,
economically
nice.
distressed
Yeah,
families, and we're happy to accommodate them.
yeah, and you're having your breakfast again, is
We're
that?
having our monthly
Now,
breakfast. Is a lot
when
of
do you
fun.
have, is it every week or every month or what?
The third Saturday of every month, so this upcoming Saturday.
And you're having speakers, do you have speakers at all of them?
We do, yeah, we try to have interesting topics.
Have you had John on as a speaker?
He's always there. John's a charter member, so.
Because, I mean, his story about the Concorde,
Ah, yes.
replica is just wonderful.
And then-
Incidentally, the speaker happens to be an aircraft engineer who was from Britain.
Oh, from
And
the,
He's very familiar with the airplane,
Yeah.
so come one, come all, and you can learn more.
well, I'm going to ask one more question about the Concorde. I know that it isn't part of the U.S. aviation, so to speak, but it's a very important piece of aviation to begin with. But how many Concordes did they build?
14 were in operational service, split evenly between Air France and British Airways.
Okay.
2 other prototypes were made, but 14.
Why is it discontinued? I mean, maybe the amount of gas it needed, I don't know.
Well, as John was saying, it's a spectacular plane. It was an engineering marvel.
Yes.
Probably the most impractical plane ever built. It was the only.
It was
Well,
impractical?
it was relatively small. I mean, I was.
You
on-
didn't have that many people.
I was on one on the ground, and I counted 100 to 120 seats.
How do they even pay for the flight then?
Well, it used a lot of fuel, and when
That's
I was
what I'm
in service in the early 70s, fuel costs were going up.
Yeah,
So it was very expensive. I think it was like 4,000 each way.
4,000 each way?
Yeah.
Depending on.
But in 2 hours, I mean, I guess
And at the
that's,
same time, I think, John, in the mid-'70s, a whole generation of passenger planes were coming into service that were much more economical, not as fast. The 747, and then one of the really important factors was the U.S. government enacted regulations preventing sonic booms over populated
I'll bet there
areas.
was one big sonic boom
Yeah,
for that
so-
baby.
So the flights were confined to transatlantic flights.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Used
Yeah,
to hear him flying New York Oceanic, of course, where I was in the Air Force coming down from Greenland, and you hear them called in speedboat 520 or whatever their tail number was, just passing 50,000. So they were up way above 50,000 feet.
are you kidding, like
Yeah,
10
there's
miles
nothing
up,
up there
almost 10
other
miles
than
up,
that.
right? I mean,
What's that?
almost 10 miles up, right?
It
5,000
cruised like
feet is,
Roughly a
a-
little under, yeah.
Twice the altitude of a normal passenger plane.
5,200 and, oh, I can't remember. How many-
Nautical mile or statute mile?
I'm just trying to think how many, yeah, what is a mile? 5,200 and something. I can't
280.
remember. That was from
280.
high school.
280.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Oh, that's 280. Okay, thank you very much, John. I knew somebody would know it at this
And
time.
Mach 1, the speed of sound is 763 nautical miles at sea level, standard name.
Yeah, I remember the speed of sound. Yeah, that's where Mach 1, isn't it? Something
Mach
like,
1.
yeah, see?
So double that for Mach 2.
Okay.
This exceeded Mach 2.
Are you enjoying this little physics lesson here? Because we can have some fun with this.
Oh, yeah, I got more.
Fun with physics. So, but we want to remind people that they can go to the fly-in and they
Yes.
can actually go to the museum and enjoy it.
Yes.
Oh, we got new exhibits.
You do?
Yeah, we've got a hands-on exhibit for the kids, so we'll love it.
Okay, and I love
Our
the.
next project is going to be a jump jet from England, from Surrey, England. It's a Harrier. I got that. at
A
Esam.
Harrier?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was a
Those are the ones
prototype.
that kind of just.
Vertical takeoff and landing.
See, I knew that. No, a little something here and there.
That's our next project.
Yeah,
We're
good.
also having a military vehicle show
Okay.
in partnership with the Hudson, New York.
When's that going to be?
That's going to be on August 21st with a rain date of the 28th. So it'll
Okay.
be an outdoor event, and it'll be all the
Got lots of stuff
military
going.
vehicles interspersed with our historic military planes.
Right, but I want to thank you, John, for being here, first of
Well, thank
all.
you.
It's always good, and thank you for the story. I love the
Okay.
story, yeah. And we're going to remind people that they can come to see the military vehicles, and also just to come see the museum and
Oh,
have
it's
some
truly a
fun.
unique place.
And one thing I love about the museum is you can actually go into the hangars, and the planes are there.
Exactly, yeah.
I mean, they aren't
Continue to do
pictures, the
classes, yeah.
planes themselves are there.
Yeah, when I conduct a class, it's right in the planes, and not just listening to read songs.
Exactly. But thanks so much for being here, Kevin. It's always a pleasure to see
Well, it's
you.
a pleasure seeing you.